Thank you.
Thank you, Landon.
Thanks, Landon.
No, yeah, here we go. Switch up. But is it on? No? Whenever I hear your name, Landon, I think of Little House on the Prairie. Michael Landon?
We've been watching it all weekend, actually.
All
Had
right,
a marathon at our house.
Yes, we have.
Mhm.
Welcome, everybody, and welcome to the other campuses. You know, this is going to be played at other campuses, so really act like you're interested so that they will be too.
They don't call themselves the other campuses. We're the other.
Well, we are the other
We're the
campus,
other.
but they're not here. So
Yeah,
they're there,
they're the
and
other.
we're going to go there and be there one day. But anyway, glad everybody's here. We thought we'd start with everybody sharing the worst problem that they've ever had to confront. Okay, maybe that's me. I bet I'm the only person here that goes to see 2 counselors a week, probably. Yeah, so okay.
It's because
so
we're committed.
that's right.
We're
And you
committed.
should see what it'd be like if I didn't go
Right.
to see 2
That's
a
right.
week. Anyway, we're going to do this for 8 weeks. A lot of churches have things that last 12 weeks because this is Northview. We're able to get everything we need in to change a person's life into 8 weeks. So we're excited about that.
We've worked hard on that.
And just want to remind everybody here that everybody has something. And if you think you don't have something, then that's something that you'd want to start with. But, you know, a lot of times in churches, we come acting like some people have things and some people don't. But our experience is everybody's got something, and it's just that some people have a lot more than others. And the other thing that I found is that not any one thing ever fixes everything. Isn't that true? You know, we're all looking for that one magic thing or whatever, but it's never one thing. I mean, even if you're delivered from something, well, that doesn't produce instant character. You still need a growth program. So we're going to do something that we hope will make a difference.
And we're so glad you've walked through the door
Yeah.
tonight. You know, that's a really big deal. A lot of us, it's like a really big deal just to get through the door. So we just applaud you. We're cheering for you. I walked through a door for the first time 25 years ago or so when I started into recovery. And I started to reach out for help. I needed help because life is hard and it's messy. And my best effort wasn't getting me forward progress. And so
I walked into a door, and
You
that's when
walked
I
into a
stopped
door.
drinking and started my recovery
That's
after I
true.
walked into a door. So,
That's true.
Yeah.
But it's a good step. It's a really good step. It's a really big step. And God will honor it. I trust that God will honor it. Whenever I show up and I bring my honest, vulnerable heart and I'm willing to learn, even if I've heard the material before, you know, I'm in a different place each time that I show up to learn. And God is always going to meet me there.
yeah. So, you know, we've been in groups. Sometimes it's because we needed help or we wanted encouragement or we just wanted the connection that was there. And we think that it's really important that we all have some kind of community. My son and daughter and I were just listening to a video today talking about loneliness and the fact that loneliness is more damaging to your health than obesity, or 2 times more damaging, and it is as damaging as smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. Isn't that wild? That's what loneliness does. So maybe this is the beginning of community. Maybe this is expanding of community, but it's never, ever a bad thing when we do something to make things a little bit better in our lives. And most everybody knows the power of compounding interest and how that adds up. Well, just apply that to compounding, getting a little bit better every day. Just waking up tomorrow and saying, today we're going to do a little bit better. And hopefully these 8 weeks is going to be a big part of everybody doing just a little bit better every day.
Mm-hmm. And what we see everyone has brought to the room tonight is a little bit of willingness, which is absolutely a critical ingredient into any kind of progress. So as Landon kind of explained, we're going to do 20, 30 minutes of teaching each week, and then we're going to turn it over to discussion time. We've got discussion questions that we will have written for you each time, so you'll just kind of go around your table, talk through those, talk about the teaching, come up with your questions, challenge it. What I love about this format and the whole point is so that we're not just listening to a message and going home and trying to practice, but in the moment, you get to challenge if something we say doesn't make sense. Call us on it. Let's talk about things together. Let's talk together and reason things out, and let's get somewhere with it. Now, I want to clarify. This group is not a book study of the book Take Your Life Back. So in case anyone's confused about that, we are just throwing out all that material, and we've picked our 8 topics. It's very similar to that material, but we've picked out 8 topics that we think are going to be really helpful and practical. The whole goal is to have practical stuff to work on each week. So that's what we're going to do.
It should be on the book Take Your Life Back, but it's not. And so Misty has picked these topics for us, and we're just
No, I didn't. We did.
We're going to do it. But let me tell you about Misty. You know, she has a degree in accounting.
Oh, yes.
So that
that's
helps.
it, yeah.
But
That's why I'm authority on this.
You've been in recovery 20 years, going to groups?
Going on 20 years,
You facilitate 2 groups
Yes. Yeah.
here at Northview for what, 3 years now?
I'm going on 4. Yeah.
She's an author on her own. She's a co-author with me and Janelle Puff. She wrote a book with. And so she speaks. I think we're speaking next week at a marriage intensive that New Life does in Columbus, Ohio. Any couple wanting to go, see me. I can get you a really big discount because you go to Northview. But, you know, she's raised 5 kids, and that's pretty exciting.
I'm working on the final 2. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but.
Yeah. And in our marriage, you brought Carter. He's 22. James is 20. I brought Madeline. She's 28. And then we've got Solomon, who is 13, and Amelia is 10.
Together,
and, yeah. And I've just been astounded by people much older than you, twice your age, 3 times your age, and that one lady right before.
I'm no spring chicken anymore, you know. I'm not.
But anyway, seeking your wisdom. So I'm thrilled to get to do this with you.
Thanks.
Thanks for being
honey. That's sweet.
A lot of times you.
I'm pretty glad to be here with you too. So Steve is the founder. Got him. He's the founder of New Life Ministries, which is just this awesome organization and ministry. And I really started listening to Steve on radio probably 25 years ago, something like that. And I started listening. It's a call-in talk show. It's nationally syndicated, so 2 million listeners each day. And I was a listener and have been then started reading the books and such. But he's got, I think, 11 million books in print. He's got lots of experience talking through problems, trying to find solutions to everyday challenges that we all face. Steve is the founder of Women of Faith, which was just this awesome movement. Maybe some of you have attended. 4 million, 5 million women attended over 20 years, all over the country in arenas, filled arenas all through the country. Amazing. And what I know that you're most proud of is being part of being an editor for 12 Bible projects and 2 very significant, the Every Man's Bible, which is amazing and so beloved, and then my personal favorite, the Life Recovery Bible. So it's taking the 12 steps and applying them to all sorts of recovery in all areas of our life. So that's kind of who we are, what we bring to this, and just our own personal journey and progress. We are on the road with everybody else. We're practicing. We're going to talk about reactivity today and how to make, choices instead of reactions. And I've been mad at him all day. I've been really reactive today.
No, it's true.
So I have I am able to speak on reactivity.
We can do it. Yeah.
We can do it.
So we don't have time to give any content because our introduction took so long. But I want to talk to you about reactivity first. And this is in Take Your Life Back. It is kind of what the book is about, going from reactive living to responsive living. And, when you're reactive, you are at the mercy of either an old wound not being triggered by something out there, or at the mercy of everybody else in your life being kind to you, where you can't really respond the way you want to because you haven't resolved the things in your life, and so you're still reacting to painful, uncomfortable things out of the past and in current relationships. And, in the Christian community, I was talking to a psychiatrist the other day, and he says, we really ought to write a book about mental health in the church. And I said, I can't think of a book that would sell fewer copies because so many pastors, it's just a foreign world of them about mental health. They just really want it to be simple, that you just repent say you're sorry, let's move on. Forgive and forget. And so when we do that, of course, we have all this unresolved emotion. We have all of these ungrieved losses with us because it isn't that simple. It's more complicated.